Just give me a second, Lemon. Okay, I think we can start. Good evening if you are in Asia Pacific, or good morning if you are from Europe. Welcome to the Supreme Racing League PC Asia Pacific F1 League. It's the first round of the season, of Season 8, and we are in Australia to kick off this 11 race championship. And we are currently in qualifying. And just before we get started, my co-commentator is going to be Lemon, and I'm Julian myself.
Hello, I'm Lemon.
So that is Lemon, yeah. And we are gonna take you through this race as commentators, of course. So yeah, let's start with qualifying, and let's see who is gonna start a lap soon. Apollo Pepsi looks like the first one to cross the line to start one. So he's gonna do so. Around the penultimate corner he goes to line himself up for this hot lap. Remember, this is gonna be the banker lap for most of the people, so they are not gonna go full power and full skill on this lap yet. They are just gonna try to get a lap time in. So Apollo Pepsi goes into turn 1, goes really wide and off the track as well, so that's probably gonna be his first attempt gone. And,
but he's still pushing, I think. He's still on hot lap mode on ERS, so yeah, this lap is not done yet as he goes to turns 3, 4 and 5. Wow, this apex was actually quite nice, decent line through there. Going a bit wide on the exit and again on the grass. Coming to first real chicane in the middle sector. Coming through this long right-hander, turn number 8, and he comes to Clark chicane, turns number 9 and 10. Pretty decent line there, and he got a good exit with Kubica style touching wall.
And he is going quite nicely through the SS, I think. And now he has backed out of his lap, probably invalidated it. So let's look who else is on our lap and who is gonna complete it. Is Mutant starting or finishing? He's starting one, okay. Well, then it's a guessing game who is ending a lap. Ristos or Ristel. I'm gonna have difficulties pronouncing his name, so excuse me if it's terrible. But yeah, he's coming up to the Clark chicane, as Lemon said, in the lap of Apollo Pepsi. I don't actually know the corner names myself, so yeah. Let's see who is the first one. And Capelé 6 is going to be the first one with a 1 minute 22.9 in the Red Bull.
Yeah, and Bristol now is going to turn number 11 and 12, the fast chicane. Misses FX quite a bit, then cutting the corner, and he backed off this lap. Meanwhile, Ryan Campbell sets his bunker lap, and it's currently provisional pole position time. Oh, not anymore. Pencil did 120.2, which is a pretty decent bunker lap, to be honest.
Yeah, and there's a lot ahead of the other people as well. I mean, they probably won't be as much on the limit, but to have that much of a gap is really big, so it might as well be true that Pencil is going to be the favorite for pole position here, as all the other people are setting 1 minute 22 lap times. Bear in mind, Rain is on the super soft as well, which is a few tenths slower on a lap, maybe 2 to 3 tenths on qualifying mode, slightly more as well possibly, but he is in quite a decent position as well. Yes?
Yeah, Mutant set his fastest lap, which is currently fast lap in the session, by a bit over 1.5 tenths faster than Pencil's lap.
And Combined YouTuber is coming around the chicane again, up to turns 12 and 13, the fast chicane. And he is on an outlap. Excuse me. Oh, there's a Red Bull going off. That's the Red Bull of Degree. And he is reversing back into the pit lane. As long as he did that safely, I think that should be allowed. So there shouldn't be too many difficulties with the stewards there after the race. But we will see that after the race. And so far, everyone has completed their first run, and they are going back to the pit lane now to go to their second set of tires. Meanwhile, I'm on board with Nimble in the Haas, and he's cutting the corner. I don't think that is allowed, but you know, there's no one in.
I think he ran out of fuel. Yeah, he ran out of fuel.
I think that might as well have been getting out of the way of any possible people. We didn't see anyone, of course, so I don't know, but yeah. So I think Combined YouTube is the only one on a hot lap right now, considering he was on an out lap just now. So we are gonna go on board with him as he goes into the second sector now. And let's see where he's gonna brake. Just after the white line there ends, in the middle of the track. And he's not taking as much curb as maybe you would have liked. He's running high ERS as well, so maybe he is saving some. Because of course, on this track you don't really have enough ERS for the entire lap in hot lap mode. Personally, during practice for my own race tonight in the European PCF1 League, I use high ERS mode throughout most of the corners to save some for the final sector and the final straight. So that might be what these guys are doing as well, but we will find out really soon as Combined YouTuber comes around the final 2 corners. And he doesn't go into the pit, so this is a hot lap attempt. And he goes over the line now, and he is going P4 with a 1 minute 21.9 on the ultra soft tires as well. So far, the only person on the supers is Rain, and he's in P6 at the moment.
Which is not bad, because yeah, if it would stay like it is, P6 on super softs is really good opportunity to attack during the race, because yeah, supers should be faster than ultra softs after lap 4 or 5, and yeah, it would be really good for him to stay on this position. But I don't think, yeah, the rest of the field would have to not set laps until 122.4, which is pretty impossible. So I think he also is going to do some ultra soft runs if he would need.
But
as he goes,
yeah,
as he goes on the track on ultra soft, so yeah, he knows it's not quite enough for covering satisfactional position.
That might indeed be the case, yeah. Or he is just gonna try to be safe and be out there on the track when he needs to be, to possibly improve on his time. But of course, as I said, that will be if he needs to be there. We've seen that in real life a lot throughout last season as well, in the 2018 Formula 1 season, that the top teams went out in Q2 on a harder compound of tires, and then towards the end they went out on a softer compound to just make sure they were on the track in case other people would improve and bump them out of the top 10, which yeah, as I'm repeating to say, is probably what these guys are doing as well. But I think,
yeah, meanwhile the Russell is coming across the line. He did 120.9, which is pretty decent lap on super soft tires, so yeah, this is even better starting position for super soft runner.
That's indeed very good. So if the guys behind don't improve as much, and as long as Bristol stays in the top 8, which I assume is the position at least he wants to be in to stay on the super softs, if he will be out of that top 8, then he will probably have a go on the ultras again, because there's really no point in running on a harder compound tires when you are too far down in the pack. So
you just do reverse strategy then, I think.
Basically, he could do that. But let's have a look who else is on our lap again. Grufus, I think is how you pronounce his name, is coming across the line as well. He did a 1 minute 22.2, which is not invalid, I believe, as he did move up the timing screens, if I'm correct. And
he's doing another lap right now, I think, because he's on hot lap ERS mode at the moment, so I think it can be his like attempt right now. As he almost improves in first sector, he's barely a 10th of his pace, or not of his pace. Right, how to say that? He's a 10th slower than his previous lap on ultra soft tires as he goes now to turns number 11 and 12. The first left-right chicane. He missed first apex, but he hits second one. Oh, and Ryan Campbell sets the fast lap of the session with 1:19.7. It's pretty impressive lap time, to be honest.
That's indeed very decent. If you mind me, Lemon, I need to quickly update the stream title to F1 2018 as it's saying 2017. So if you could take over for a little bit, then that would be great.
Okay. Griffiths comes through the final corner and across the line with 1:22.2, which is 7,000 of a second slower than his previous best lap. But let's go to Pencil, who is now on his flying lap. He comes across Stewart corner, then coming to Prost corner, which is penultimate corner on this track. He gets pretty nicely, a bit too much curb taken in my opinion, and a final corner which was taken in pretty decent line, and he comes across the line and he does not improve, but I think he's starting another lap, so he's coming through Brabham and Jones corners, so yeah, pretty decent run through there. He's got a little bit of tow from that Force India as he'll brake just before the blackboard. He hits this apex pretty nicely, going to turn number 4 and now to turn number 5, and he'll finish his first sector in a second, and yeah, he's not improving again, over 10 slower than his previous best lap. But he comes now to Clark chicane, turns number 9 and 10, brakes about few meters after white line ends, pretty decent line through there, and he goes full throttle overtake RS mode to fast left-right chicane, and yeah, he hits the first apex pretty nicely, he hits second one, so yeah, that was pretty decent line through there. As he uses up his battery, he's got only 20%, but he will recharge it during this corner, so be enough for this lap. He misses the apex of turn number 14 and he backs off this lap, so yeah, there is not going to be improvement from him. And Mutant backed off as well, but he'll start another lap. No, he's going straight to the pits. So let's jump to Degree, who is, as I think, starting his flying lap right now. Oh, that was wide from the final corner. And yeah, he's running on F gear, now 7th, going to first corner. Pretty decent apex, and yeah, he comes on the DRS straight to turns number 3, 4 and 5, braking just before blackboard, not spotting the apex nicely, going quite wide again, and yeah, it was pretty nasty sector 1 in my opinion, but yeah, he may be improving, but yeah, as it's Oceania, I don't see this guy like lap clearly in particular.
Yeah.
As he brakes to Clark chicane. Oh, he overshoot braking.
Okay.
But he's still...
I'm
okay.
Back again. What you just said about these guys being in Oceania, that is indeed very true. The cars are lagging a lot. Well, some of the guys in this league are. Particularly Degree, as I noticed at the start of the session already. But yeah, these guys are of course going at their normal speed and how they see on their screen, so if they are lagging on the spectator head, that doesn't mean they are driving terrible. Just for some people new to the game, the lag is quite huge on this game if you live on the other side of the world. And Psycho Fast is saying that he is gonna have another go in a minute. I don't know who that is in the lobby at the moment, but
I don't know as well.
But welcome everyone that is chatting. We hope you are enjoying the stream so far. The best part is of course coming up in around 5 minutes, as qualifying is ending in 3 minutes, and the formation lap will probably be over in 5 or 6 minutes. But as we look at the timing screens, Rain Campbell is the first one to dive under the 1 minute 20 mark, and he's doing the 1 minute 19.7, which is actually a pretty decent time. It's not the quickest that we see on the game, but it's 2.5, 3/10 quicker than Mutant, his teammate, in P2, so that is really good from him. And the Force India is looking quite strong. So hopefully they can carry this momentum through to their final run and hopefully into the race as well. As Pencil is on an outlap as well now, driving behind Alpha Blue in the other Toro Rosso, I think that is. And it is indeed. And most of the guys are now preparing themselves for their final run in this qualifying session to give it everything to squeeze out as much lap time as possible and hopefully get that pole position. For some drivers it will be easier to drive on the limit than others, providing the race on...
Ooh, Rain Campbell improves to 119.5. That's really good lap time from him. He's half a second faster than his teammate at the moment, but he is not continuing his flying lap. Meanwhile, Muting on his outlap, something weird just happened because he just mounted other car. It's probably the lag issue.
That probably is indeed the case, but let's have a look who is on their hot laps. Bristol seems to be on one. Degree as well. No, he's on an outlap. Combined YouTuber is on a hot lap as well, I think. And he runs really wide, so that's going to be his lap over for sure.
Yeah.
But let's keep an eye on Mutant, the closest competitor to Rain at the moment, along with Pencil. Pencil is still on his outlap, I believe, so let's jump on board with Mutant for the first part of his lap and potentially jump to Pencil later to see...
Pencil is just finishing his lap, I think.
What,
oh no,
Mutant?
he backed off. No, Pencil. He was coming through fast chicane, but he just lifted off there. So Mutant is now coming through turn number 3 and 4. Yeah, it was pretty good apex from him. He goes up to 3rd gear, staying there, going up to the 4th, 5th and 6th gear right now. As he goes to turn number 6 on 7th gear, he brakes to 4th gear and he goes to Clark chicane, turns number 9 and 10, and then he'll need good exit to the straight before the fast left right chicane. He spotted apex pretty nicely, a bit cautiously through there. He could have gone a bit more on the curb, but yeah, he had pretty decent run, and now fast left right chicane, pretty crucial part of this lap time. I think he could have cutted the first part a little bit more, but it was still decent. As he goes to final sector
He backs
and
out.
he backs up. Yeah.
Okay, let's go to Pencil then, on this hot lap, into Clark chicane, here he goes. Not taking too much curb off the inside there. You can do that, you can get away with it, as long as you get the traction of a switchback line kind of thing. Which I think he did pretty nicely there, but again, not really nailing the apex of turn 12 and 13. So that could have definitely been better, but so far the laps looks quite quick, because he's braking really late. And that's usually where you get a lot of lap time. Yellow flags ahead, hopefully that won't distract or impact Pencil's lap too much from back markers. As he goes around the final corner now, into hot lap ERS mode again. Here he goes, up to the line, DRS open, and is it going to be pole? It's not.
No, it's only P2.
It's
only
4
P2,
tenths
but it's
behind
still...
Rain.
Yeah, the difference is quite big, but it's still not a bad lap. It secures P2 from him, but it's really close between P2 and 3. It's like about a 10 for less.
So that is the end of qualifying then, and we will run you through the results as soon as they appear on the screen. So this qualifying session was a lot closer than I thought, based on the results and times and skill of the drivers of last season. So it's really good to see that the drivers are really close in qualifying here. You can see Rain Campbell on pole position in the Force India with Pencil in P2. Of course, his game attack is a random name right now, but he is driving as Pencil. P3 is going to the other Force India of Mutant. Less than 5 tenths between pole and P3. Then we got Degree, Nimble, Chris, Kaiser, Ristel, Combined YouTuber and Alpha Blue running off the top 10. With critically Ristel in the super soft tires as well, and Alpha Blue as well. And then we have P11, BRL Torpedo on the supers, and another person behind in a Toro Rosso on the supers as well. So they have free choice of tires, but I guess it is likely that they will stay on the super soft strategy to go to the softs later in the race, or possibly even the ultras if they really want to risk it, which I don't think is the smartest thing to do, but hey, it's their race. So we are gonna wait now until everyone is ready for the first round of Season 8 of SRL Asia Pacific on the PC platform. Of course, the Xbox One races, or the Xbox One race has just completed, I believe. So unfortunately, if you wanted to see that, then you are too late. But next week they are back as well. I think they race at 12 a.m. Central European Summertime, or 11:30. I'm not too sure about that, but they do race around the same time as us in PC, just an hour or so earlier. So if you want to tune into them next week, then you can do so on the Twitch channel of Supreme Racing League. The ID or the URL for the Twitch channel is twitch.tv/SupremeRLF1, and then you should be able to find the streams there. Tonight will be the European PC F1 League as well, so make sure to tune in there. If I'm correct,
Yeah, me and Julian will compete there.
yes, we are competing in there, and I believe that will be streamed as well to the SRL Twitch channel, so not YouTube, Twitch. Go to the URL I just said earlier, twitch.tv/SupremeRLF1. As the APAC drivers of PC are now on their formation lap, trying to warm up the tires for the first race of this season, of course, as mentioned quite a few times before. And let's see what the starting tires are gonna be. So the top 7 is gonna be on the Ultra Softs, and Risto of course locked in from qualifying to the Super Softs. I think he is going to be a really strong driver in this race, considering the Supers are a lot better temperature-wise in this race compared to the Ultras. The Ultras will be quicker for the first 4 laps, but then they will fall off quite a lot compared to the Supers and the hardest compound, the Soft. And then we have Combined YouTuber splitting the Super Soft runners with Alpha Blue and Torpedo also on the Super Softs, sticking with their strategies from qualifying. And then we have the Real SD, Grifus, Capiles and Jojo Keef on the Softs, and Apollo Pepsi starting from the back on the Super Softs as well. So quite a few different tire choices in this race, which should make for an interesting race start. The temperatures are gonna be quite a huge factor in this race, considering the harder compounds take quite a lot longer as well to warm up properly. So
As the Greek went off the track. Oh no, it's just the luck. Okay.
Okay, but the drivers are coming up to the starting grid now to start this race. And for sure, most of these drivers are really nervous for the start of the race. Of course, you don't want to start the season with a crash at turn 1. So expect everyone to be really cautious, trying to get some points on the board in this first race. We have 16 drivers lining up on the grid right now. And we are going to wait until the 5 red lights go out. And Lemon, you can do the honors of getting the race underway.
Okay, so yeah. 1 light is on, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and they go out and they are moving, so yeah. Rain Campbell with a decent start, but Pencil is already on P1, so he had a very good start as he covers first corner, and yeah, he's ahead, but be careful because the slipstream on this straight is pretty powerful, but I don't think Rain is quite close enough to compete.
Oh!
As
the
the
green
green goes, wow, what? Ooh.
Ooh, he's gone off.
Yeah.
That must have been lag there, because he was ghosting and going through all of the cars, so it was really clumsy from the game to do that. But sadly, Degree is at the back now on his ultra soft tires, so yeah, his race is effectively done. And Combined YouTube is at the back as well, so let's see what's happened to him. I don't think anything happened.
Yeah, he just said he was just, I think, closer to the front. Let's check. Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of action going down in the midfield there at Clark Chicane. Grifo is losing the back a little bit, and Combined YouTuber hitting the wall, and I think I saw some wing coming off, and yes, he for sure has wing damage. So he's probably going to have to pit at the end of this lap. And there's a lot of action going on at the moment, so it's really difficult to look at already. But let's go back to the front. Pencil has taken the lead of Rain, and the 2 Vicindias have both dropped down, I believe, to P2 and P3. Then we got Nimble in P4 at the end of the first lap, Chris in P5, Kaisa P6, and then the real SD.
Oh, Rain is really close to Pencil. Look, he's taking the wider line through the first couple of corners. He gets better exit. He may be close enough to attack him, but I don't think so.
He's
Yeah,
going
he
around the
tries to
outside.
outbrake him.
Oh, he goes for it, and off the track he goes.
Yeah, that
No.
was a bit too late braking from Force Ninja Driver, but yeah, it was nice try. If he would brake a little bit earlier, it could have paid off.
Yeah, it was a really nice attempt though, so I would love to see that happen further into the race, because that is quite a place no one really expects you to overtake, so it can really surprise you, the driver that you are overtaking, and really help you get past faster. But at the back, Degree got back up into P10 already after some people got wing damage, including the real SD, who started on the soft compound tires, wanted to do the one stop, going to the supers or the ultra softs at the end, but sadly didn't pay off for him as he got the damage, of course. And I think the final few, or the final 4 people, indeed they pitted all on the first lap, assuming they have damage, or had damage should I say. So their race is really going down the window already, or out of the window should I say.
Combined Tutorbear is trying to attack Griffus right now. He goes around the outside, and he... Ooh! Yeah, that was a bit of contact there. As Rain is so close to Pencil, maybe he will try the same thing on this lap, but I think Pencil built up a bit more gap this time, so yeah, he is safe on this place, I think. As not a lot of action is going on right now on the track, despite this front battle, but Kaiser is attacking Chris 2JZ, so that's another close battle we can watch.
Oh, Jojo Keith on the inside of Alpha Blue right here, and he's made the position, or he's got up into PH should I say, and he made the move stick. And Degree got passed as well, so losing 2 positions in one corner.
Oh, and he spun, Alpha Blue spun or something.
Yep.
Because he went into the wall.
Yep, and his wing damage is quite significant I think, so he's gonna have to pit as well. Joining the 4 people at the back already. And let's have a look at Degree and Jojo Keith still battling, and Degree is going off the track. No, he's not. He's lagging really.
Oh yeah, he's
really lagging a lot.
Yeah, I don't think if it's only on our side, because yeah, no one has that kind of problems. Maybe he's a bit laggy for other guys.
Kaiser's just gone off the track. I think he tried to make a move on Chris there, but it didn't really pay off for him as he went off the track and lost quite a little bit of time. But Rain is right at the back of Pencil, and he is on the inside of turn 1. Really quite an average camera angle there, but Pencil and Rain are battling really hard here up to turn 3. And Rain is gonna try to go around the outside here, late braking. Don't do like his, I think it was Rain actually himself that tried to do that before.
Yeah,
but,
yes it was.
He didn't make it stick this time, or even got close to it, so sadly for him, he will have to try again the next lap. And so Jojo Keith is again battling with Degree, and he's just got behind him again, so we might as well stop keeping an eye on those two as they are lagging. Degree is lagging, so not really giving a true image of what is going on right there.
Let's go to Rain Campbell, which is really close to Pencil, and if he gets a good run through fast left-right chicane, he can try to attack him to Ascari, which is turn number 13 after this DRS straight.
Here we go, DRS and the slipstream. Let's get the telemetry up as well to see what ERS mode they are in. Oh, and he's on the inside here.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Can he make the move stick?
Oh,
he pushes
really close.
Pencil a bit wide.
Yes, ooh. And he made it.
Yeah, he makes a move. And I think he can get the DRS as well for this straight.
He does indeed. So that is Rain up into the lead of the first race here in SRL Asia Pacific. Is Pencil gonna have another look into turn 1? No, he doesn't. Not enough straight line speed for him. And Mutant is in P3 as well, so Pencil in the Force India sandwich, and possibly Rain is gonna try to hold Pencil up and possibly get his teammate in front of Pencil as well. Which is...
Yeah, but there is Nibble very close to this pack as well, so that's really close at the front right now.
Yes, it is really risky, but if the Force Indians can then pull away, that will be the ultimate strategy for this race. And I wouldn't be surprised if they will try to do that, as Combined YouTube is in the pits as well, and he is going to the Super Softs. Is that correct from the game's end? It looks
I think yes, for me it's also Super Softs, but he's changing his front wing as well, so he's going for a 2-stop. And I think he will go to softs again after about
10 laps, maybe?
I'm not sure about the strategies because yeah, it's my first proper racing in Australia this on this game, but I think it is to go on soft because supers, 2 times supers cannot make it to the end very comfortably.
Yeah, I think he's gonna look to do 10 to 12 laps on these tires and then go to the softs. I mean, if he can actually try it, if you calculate 12 laps plus 5, then you are gonna end up on 17, lap 17, and then you have another 12 to go to the end. So maybe he could go twice to supers, but we will have to wait and see for that, as the Gree is still lagging quite a lot, I think. But
yeah, he is. As Nimble gets 3-second time penalty, so that's not gonna help him in this fight for the lead, as he just dropped out of DRS range, so he must have made a mistake somewhere in first turn because he had a DRS on that straight, so yeah, he lost quite a bit of time, despite having a warning and getting a penalty. Yeah, that's the thing they need to work on this game, because sometimes when you lose time, you are just getting a warning for extending track limits, which is, I think, quite unfair.
Yep, I do agree with that. It's really frustrating, especially when you are in, you know, a really hard battle with people trying to catch up or try to get closer for an overtake attempt, and then you get a warning. So you quite easily get your self-confidence down when you get a penalty, which might be unfair or even fair, but it's really frustrating when you are trying to battle people. And we have borderline.
Oh, Rain Campbell has problems, and he almost took Pencil out, and he's
round.
round.
His teammate.
Woo!
What happened there?
He just crushed his teammate.
Yep, and Mutant has wind damage, so he's gonna have to pit.
Yes.
And this is something you really never want to have, especially in the first race. Colliding with your teammate, maybe not.
And they will double stack because he needs to go to the pits as well for any front wing. So.
Yeah.
Oh, and he'll be held, I think, because yeah.
Yeah, that is really frustrating for these guys.
He needs to wait before the pits, so that is so unfortunate for them.
Yeah, I think Rain made contact. It could be possible that Rain made contact with Pencil and then he spun.
No, that there wasn't contact. I was watching this battle. Pencil was half a second away from him, and he just spun on a curb on the exit.
That's really unfortunate then. Just losing the back end of the car and then collecting his teammate is just the most unfortunate thing to happen.
Yeah, but now Pencil has got the lead of the race, and yeah, these guys are going to. It's possible to go on softs to the end of the race. Rain do so, but Mutant goes for super soft, so I think he's planning to pit once again. So Rain is going to the end, but Mutant is not. So Rain maybe have chances for podium, as the gaps are pretty big. As Mutant, of course, he has chances, but he needs to pit again, which, you know, getting through the traffic and all of this stuff will be pretty hard to deal, especially in Australia, which is street circuit, and yeah, not a lot of easy overtaking spots here.
And as I look back in the pack a little bit, Combined YouTuber was right on the rear wing of Rain Campbell after Rain pitted, of course, on cold tires. So maybe Combined YouTuber is gonna have a go if he gets a good exit right here, and he doesn't.
Yes, so. And Combined YouTuber has got only 2 laps on these super softs, so they are quite fresh. So yeah, he has got a lot of pace in these tires.
Pencil pitted as well to the softs, by the way, so he's going to go to the end for sure.
Yes.
Be aware on the spectator screen it says super softs, but as you can see on the tire graphic, he is for sure on the softs, so don't get confused by that. He is on the softs and not on the supers. But Jojo Keefe and Degree are still battling, and Degree went off right here, and nope, he's there again. This lag is really impossible to properly look at.
Yeah, and Pencil is just behind these guys. I don't know if it's luck or he's really behind them. I hope there is no dashing or something like collisions provided by lag, because yeah, he's got pretty comfortable lead right now, 7 seconds in front of Mutant, who has to pit again, and whoa, a lot of seconds, like 20 seconds.
Pencil on the inside of turn 12 on Jojo Keefe on the inside here. Is he gonna hold it? No, he doesn't. And Pencil up into P5 again, and now he needs to get past of the lagging Degree, which for sure is lagging for everyone else as well, considering Degree
Yeah,
and Jojo Keefe are both losing a lot of time, and he goes off the track. Is that true or false? And it is true this
I
time.
think it's true. Yeah.
Yep, and Pencil up into P4
Oh,
now.
and he going off to the gravel right now. Oh no, he's not. He's still there.
Yeah, and he finally
That's-
pits as well.
Yeah. Oh no, what? Wait, what?
Chris 5 seconds
Okay.
stop go for speeding in the pit lane. In his number
I'm not going
69.
to look on him because he makes me making some mistakes. As he goes 200 kph in the pit lane on my screen.
What? Degree.
Yeah, in the game showed me that he's going 200 kph in the pit lane.
Okay, that's really weird. But obviously everyone is trying to pit now to get rid of these ultras, and most of the people have already done so. So they're either doing a two-stop, which is, not gonna lie, not really smart in my opinion. But yeah, if you are going to go to the softs, you are quite comfortably going to make it to the end, which is what I think the majority of the ultra soft starters have done. So they are for sure going to the end, as long as they don't get any wing damage later in the race. But yeah, the positions are really jumping crazy at the back, considering Degree is really lagging a lot. He's in P16, a lap down as well, bear in mind. So he's gonna have to pull over for Rain Campbell right here, or on the next straight if he doesn't do it right there. And Degree just got a fight. Okay, I really don't know what's going on right now.
Yeah, don't watch at him because like he just went to the pits. Okay, like no, I'm not looking like anymore. It's Combined Interior got himself a penalty after cutting first part of the fast left right chicane, so it's turn 11, and he might try to outbrake Apollo Pepsi, and he makes a switchback, and I think he secured that move. Oh no, Apollo is coming back on him, and he saved the position. Yeah, that was really nice from Apollo Pepsi.
Okay, Mutant got past Nimble as well. No, he hasn't. These guys are really battling right now. Both combined U2 with Jojo Keefe having their battle, and at the front Nimble and Mutant. So it's gonna be tough to decide which one to look at. But yeah, considering these guys are at the front, I think it's more relevant to look at this battle than at the back for the time being.
Yes.
So let's have a look if Mutant can get a good run up to turn 12. He's gonna
I think yeah, he's pretty close. So if he doesn't bottle the run through left right chicane, he can take a look down the inside or around the outside of Nimble to the Ascari corner.
Yep, here he goes.
As he goes down the inside, he goes down the inside, and yeah, he pushes Nimble a bit wide, but Nimble is still there. Yeah, Nimble goes wide again, and he secures that position which he has before.
That was a really nice move as well.
Yeah.
Ooh, Grufus and who is it? Kaiser are battling. The Renault and the Toro Rosso, and one of them got wing damage. I don't know which one of the two it was. It is Kaiser. You can see just about on his right front wing that he is missing a few end plates and elements, as the commentators of the European PCF1 League call it. But Kaiser got back in front of the Toro Rosso, as Rain set the fastest lap as well with a 1:23.8, which is quite decent race pace actually, considering the tires are
pretty good.
Considering the tires are the hardest compound, and probably.
Yeah, but he's pushing pretty much. He's got only 20% on his ERS, so I think he's just trying to reduce that gap to Pencil at the moment, so he can just wait and see if he has any penalties. But it would be hard because he's got one by himself, so yeah, that's not really going good for Cynthia Driver, as Mutant is pretty close to Nimble again, and he is closing, and he goes around the outside this time, and he makes a switchback, which doesn't really pay off. No, he'll need to wait for another occasion. He dives down the inside, he scares off Nimble.
That was a really nice fake move there.
Yeah, as he gets better run through final corner, setting his ERS too high, he tries to go around the outside of Nimble, and he doesn't have that move stick. Nimble is going really wide, and yes, he got this move stick. Nimble doesn't have DRS right now, so Mutant just secured that position, I think, as Nimble is still fighting, taking different lines to him just to find a place to attack, but he can't do so. But he needs to remember that Mutant has to beat once again, so
Look at the
it's
back,
not really good.
combined YouTuber
Oh.
and Apollo Pepsi and Jojo Keefe, all three battling for what looks to be P11, P10,
P10.
sorry, indeed. And combined YouTuber tried to overtake Jojo Keefe, I believe, into turn 1, or he got overtaken there. Didn't really see what exactly happened there, but these guys are really close battling, so we're gonna keep an eye on these guys, as Degree is not really happy in the chat. I had to sadly remove your message, Degree, but we understand your frustration concerning the lag, and you DNF'd as well, so that's really unfortunate for you. But let's go back to that battle actually, because really
Yeah, Jojo keeps really close to Apollo Pepsi because he's got fresh ultras of tires, so yeah, he should be miles quicker than these two guys, and he is. And he gets way better run on Apollo Keefe. I think he could have gone down the inside, but he's still trying. That's really close, and that's still close. They're going side by side to turn number 14, and he backs out of it. So yeah, Apollo Pepsi, really good defensive driving right now from him, despite having clumsy exit onto the straight in sector 3. But Jojo Keefe has got much better exit once again, and he's trying to go down the inside. Is he going to make it? Not yet, not yet. He backs out of it once again, and he opens his DRS. He's using overtake ERS mode, but he's got only 10% of it, so he really needs to take care of it. Meanwhile, Pencil got himself 3-second time penalty. It's
run the outside.
Pencil.
Nope, that's not gonna work for sure. Just by the way, a quick note as well. Jojo Keefe has wing damage on the right side of his front wing, so that's gonna impact his performance.
Oh
quite
yes,
hugely.
he does.
And he's still at the back of Apollo Pepsi, but he's not finding a way past just
Oh
yet.
look, combined to the bear! Ooh, he was trying to look down the inside for a moment, but he backed out of it. That's good, because free white wouldn't be safe in that place. But he's still trying to take different lines, and these three are so close to each other.
Rain just got past Griffiths as well, and he's right on the back of the real SD as well. So he's gonna look to overtake him as well, to lose as little time as possible, as Lemon said a few moments ago as well. Trying to catch up to Pencil, trying to, get rid of that time loss he had with this incident. And he goes on the inside of turn 1 on the real SD, and he is up into P5. Let's have a look if he can hold on to that position going into turn 3. And he does, he has DRS, excuse my word selection as I couldn't really find it. Oh, the real SD lagged into the back of Rain. I thought it was for real, but thankfully it wasn't. Otherwise that would have been a great shame for him. But let's go back to that little battle in the back.
Yeah, Jojo Keefe make the move on Apollo Pepsi, and just after that he made it in turn 14, and Apollo Pepsi went straight to the pits, so it was his final pit stop in this race. And yeah, the combined YouTuber still needs to make pit stop. Jojo Keefe still needs to make a pit stop, in my opinion, same as the Real SD and Mutant. So these guys are surely going to pit, and as well Capilache 6.
Okay.
Oh, as Griffus DNF'd and left the session, so that's unfortunate.
I'm not confident in saying this, but Chris got a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting, and he was really close to Griffus, and right after that Griffus retired. So I'm not confident in saying this. I mean, I don't like saying it as well, but that might have been a deliberate crash as well, as we have a safety car. Drive-through penalty for the real SD for speeding, so that is...
Oh, that's unfortunate for him.
And now everyone is gonna pit for super softs, I believe, if they can make it.
Oh look! His pit crew is waiting, so he needs to serve it once again. Oh, that's really unfortunate. But as you can see, Rain Campbell went into fresh tires, and he is now very, very close. I mean, he will be very close after this safety car to Pencil, so yeah, everything can happen. I don't know where was the safety car when Pencil was there. I think it's not there. So if he can make a pit stop, yeah, I think it's the best strategy to make a pit stop for him right now because yeah, Rain is P6. So if he makes a pit, he'll rejoin. I think on P4. So he'll still have that some cars to like protect him from Rain. But if he doesn't pit, he'll have old tires to the end of the race. Meanwhile, Rain having fresh ones. And what is he doing? Yes, he goes to the pits. That's a good decision for him. Let's check what tires is he going to put on.
Must be super softs, considering most of the other people are doing that as well. The only people
Yes,
that
he's on super softs.
yes, he goes to super softs. The only people that haven't pitted.
Nibble overtook Mutant. Nibble overtook Mutant.
Yeah, and
What just happened?
he got a 5-second stop go penalty as well for speeding. So
Yeah, that's if he didn't get that, it would be the move of the season. I think the contender of the move of the season because yeah, it was under safety car, in the pit lane. So yeah.
yeah, that would have been quite funny.
Yeah, look, Pencil is still leading on these fresh tires, and Rain is still P6 at the moment, and I don't think he'll move up as Kiza is leaving the pits in a second. Is he going to be in front of him or not? Yes, he will. So our main contenders for the win are Pencil, Nibble, Mutant, Rizzle, and Rain Campbell, and they are in the top 5. And Rizzle has got the oldest and the hardest compound of tires, so that's not really good for him. He didn't decide to pit for fresh tires, as the safety car will be for quite a while, so he won't feel the wear that massively. As yet, this is the total restart of this race because everyone is going to be so close, and I think safety car will come at the end of lap 17 or 18 because surely he won't go to the pits this lap as only 3 drivers formed up to the train. So yeah, some more laps under safety car. We can talk about some things.
Yeah, let's actually do a quick rundown of the race order right now. Pencil is of course in the lead. Nibble in P2, Mutant P3, Rizzle P4, Rain Campbell in P5, and as Lemon said, Rizzle on the oldest and hardest compound of tires. I don't know why he didn't pit, but I don't think.
Yeah, probably
really
he was. I will look at the stream to see which position was he before, because yeah, if he was outside of the top 10, that's a good decision because yeah, this can make a change to his race as it's not that easy to overtake. But if he was in top 10 comfortably, I don't know if it was a good decision as everyone has got fresher tires right now.
I think he was in the back of the top 10, so it might have been a decent decision. But we got Kaisa in P6, the real SD in P7, Chris in P8, combined YouTube at P9 in the Renault, and then we got BRL, Torpedo, SRL in P10, and then we got Georgia Keith in P11, Capelé 6 in P12, Alpha Blue in P13, Apollo Pepsi in P14, and the 2 DNFs are Dreyfus and Degree, sadly. So we got 14 drivers left in the race, which should still be enough to get a good end sprint to the finish. And everyone is trying to keep the tires as warm as possible, not too hot of course, which can also be a possibility even behind the safety car. But I think after this lap we are going to see the safety car come in, because usually the safety car doesn't stay out for more than 2 to 3 laps, and the safety car is already out for 2 laps, so we are gonna wait and see. As a few people in the chat are discussing about placements for the European leagues, which is not really relevant to the stream at the moment, but oh, Capelés. Severe collision with Alpha Blue. That's of course something that can happen really easily as well behind the safety car.
Yeah, everyone is so close and they are going pretty slowly as well, so yeah, safety car in this lap, so we'll see these guys racing again. Everything is bunched up. Let's check quickly how many penalties do the drivers have. Pencil has got 1 penalty and no other warnings. Nibble has got 1 penalty, 1 warning and stop go penalty. Mutant has got he's got 3 warnings, but 1 must have been from collision with other drivers, so I think he's got 2 warnings for corner cutting. Rizzle doesn't have any warning, so yeah, he's in the best position right now. Rain Campbell has got stop-go penalty and penalty, so it's 8 seconds in total,
Oh,
so
here we
the best
go.
position.
Safety car
Okay.
restart. Pencil comes around the final corner to pick up the pace again, and he has really got a huge gap in front of Nimble.
Ooh, that's 1.7 seconds.
Yes, Nimble was sleeping on the restart right there, and he's already 1.5 seconds back. And as everyone comes across the line to start or restart the race again, Rain Campbell on the inside of turn 1 on Ristel, and he is up into P4. Slightly pushes Ristel off the track.
Bristol
and-
lost his front wing.
Yep, Ristel on his soft tyres lost the car on the exit of turn 2 and got wing damage. So that is for sure his race over, as the real SD goes around the outside of Chris and he makes the move stick. So he's up into P6, as Ristel really loses a lot of time. Combined YouTuber getting in front as well. Then B-Roll Torpedo and all these guys are gonna try to get in front of him as soon as possible, as his teammate just about got past as well, and Capelais gets through as well, as Chris and I think it was the real SD were battling. And again, the real SD losing a lot of time, and there's chaos in the back of the field right here. And
Yeah,
there's
Chris
Jojo Keith
just went onto.
yeah, Jojo Keith ran round. Oh dear, this is a lot of carnage on the safety car restart. Capelais around the outside of Ristel there on turn 12. Really nice move there. And yeah, Ristel's gonna be so annoyed by just losing it on the exit of turn 2. I don't think there was contact. I think he just lost it on himself.
No. It was clumsy exit. Probably he didn't warm up his tires, as he was one of the fewer people on soft tires. So yeah, you need to. They're really hard to warm up, especially in their safety car when the pace isn't too fast, and some people may have problems with warming up super soft tires. So yeah, softs are really hard to warm up, and that was the reason he spun, because yeah, it was just not like bad exit and losing it under traction, but just tires slid off and he went straight into the wall.
So 3 guys pitted, and both or all of the races of these 3 guys are effectively ruined, because they really can't make that much time up again in 10 laps in this race remaining, unless there's another safety car, which is highly unlikely in this game. So yeah.
Ooh, what is happening? Is that luck? Yeah, I think it was luck, because yeah, something weird was happening with these guys on my screen. Never mind now. But yeah, they have got still a bit of chances for the podium, because Alpha Blue is only 6 seconds up the road, so Ristel on his fresh Ultra Softs may catch up to him, as his Super Softs will probably go off a little bit at the end, as they will be 13 laps old, so they would be getting close to puncture zone.
And that
Yeah, let's go.
is behind Torpedo as well, trying to overtake. He got a really nice run out of turn 12, but didn't really have enough straight line speed to make a move there, so he's gonna try again on this straight. I don't think he has DRS.
Mutant is trying to overtake Nimble right now. It's battle for second, and Rain is just behind them. So yeah, this is really spicy battles going on.
There he goes on the outside here. Turn 5. That's
Oh,
really close.
this is really close behind those teammates. They're crushed at the beginning of the race, and yeah, it's fantastic positions for them, because P3 and 4 is like so much more that they could have exploited after this incident, as they are losing a bit of time to Nimble due to not taking optimal lines while going quite aggressively on each other.
Yeah, but that's really not what they want to do. They want to just stay behind each other and get in front of Nimble and then battle it out.
Oh, Mutant got 3-second time penalty, so that's his penalty.
Oh, there he
And
goes.
yeah,
Rain on the inside, and he is up into
Yeah.
P3. Really good recovery drive from both of these Force Indias, by the way. So now Nimble is going to be under pressure from Rain on the straight. I think DRS is going to be enabled this lap, and it is indeed. So he's going to close quite significantly on the back of Nimble and possibly make a move into turn 3. As Mutant is right behind Rain as well. So maybe we are going to see 3 wide into turn 3 again. Nimble slightly wide into turn 1. Rain getting
Yeah.
a really good exit. DRS goes wide open. And he's going to go
He
around the
goes-
outside here. As Nimble defends the inside. And late braking. It's going to be tight.
oh, he pushes him a bit wide, so
What?
Mutant is all the time close to this battle, and yeah.
Still going.
Oh look, he need to lift off. Yeah, that's really spicy one. As they are losing time to Pencil, who is more and more confident about winning this race right now. Of course, there's still 8 laps as Rain goes around the outside to Clark's section.
Oh, again.
That's really close, but it was clear. Rain has a little bit of an oversteer, and they're going side by side into fast left right chicane. Oh no, this can happen. This can end up
Yep.
really bad.
And he is
Yeah, that's
through.
clean.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
What a
that was a
move.
really nice move. Whoa, and Mutant is through as well. Whoa,
What a
that's
move
really
by these
impressive.
guys. Jesus.
Yeah.
That is true aggression right there. So
Yeah.
much confidence in the opponents. That's just so good to see. To just have them drive on the limit as Torpedo is retiring. But it's just really good to see these drivers are on the limit, even in the first race, which you don't really want to do, to be honest. But these guys are doing it, trusting their opponents and fellow drivers. So yeah, it makes
Yeah.
really good action for the stream as well. So yeah, hats off to these guys, and thanks as well. But now Rain is gonna try to close the gap to Pencil. It is possible, but I doubt he's gonna do it. He's just gonna try to secure P2, I guess.
Yeah, he's got a 5-second stop go, which is, I think he served it. He may served it. Yeah, he served it for sure while going into his second pit stop. So he's got only 1 penalty at the moment. Pencil has got 1 as well. He's got 1 additional warning, but Rain doesn't have any. So yeah, Pencil has got a bit worse situation than Rain in terms of warnings and penalties, but for sure better one in terms of track position.
So if the stop go has been served by Rain, then he needs to be in within 3 seconds of Pencil to get P1, right?
No, he's got 1 penalty as well.
Ah,
He's got 1 less warning for the second penalty. He's got 0,
Ah.
Pencil has 1.
I understood that he had 1 less penalty, but okay, then
No,
that is
warning,
entirely
warning.
clear. So yeah, he's gonna try to secure P2 then, as Nimble is keeping up with the Force Indias, but yeah, that's really about it at the moment. And the gaps are starting to spread out a little bit again. Chris is at the back of Bristol still, and he just
Oh,
dropped
he
out.
made a mistake.
Yep, he made a mistake. Up to turn
And
12.
there's again side-by-side action into the fast left right chicane, and he squeezes him a bit.
Oh, they're desynced, yeah.
Oh yeah, they're racing. Probably there is a chance that they don't see each other on track, I think.
Yep, you could see that they were desynced as they went glitching through each other, so yeah. Regardless, it looked pretty cool on the spectator mode, so if it was legit, then that was a really nice move from Chris right there.
Yeah.
But at the moment, there's really not much going on. I think Mutant is not really gonna have a go on Rain anymore. Unless Rain makes a mistake, of course. But I think these guys are all gonna want to go to the end right now and just bring the points home.
Yes. Yeah, I think it was really decent because yeah, Bristol is not using the RS, so it's like Chris JJ is not there, so I think their cars are just moving somewhere, like of course to each other, and they don't see each other, which is quite interesting while they are battling with each other all the time. Like they are so close, like yeah, they've got equal pace, so that's really fun to watch.
Just looking at the position changes as well, just to fill up the time a little bit with some useful information, I think, to know for the viewers. Pencil gained 1 position off the start, overtook Rain, of course, as he got overtaken by Mutant. Team orders? No, that was an overtake with the DRS, so he's up into P2 now and Rain down to P3. But Mutant has now gained 1 position, Rain dropped down 2. Nimble gained 1, Kaiser gained 2, Combined YouTuber gained 3 positions, and Jojo Keith gaining 8 positions off the start, so that's a really good race for him so far. Then Chris dropping down 2 positions, Bristol losing 1, and I think someone got a penalty there. I couldn't really read his name as I was looking at position changes, but Capelés gained 4, and the real SD gained 1 as well, and then the DNFs, of course, losing 1, losing 3, gaining 2, and losing 2 and losing 12. So this is a rundown of the position changes. Everyone has made at least 2 stops in this race as well, with a few exceptions of Chris, Capeles, and the real SD doing 3 stops, and the real SD and Capeles are on the ultras as well, going to the end with 5 more laps. To do 5 more laps for the real SD is gonna be tough, considering he already did 5 on them now. So yeah, 10 laps I think is just about possible, but the tires really will go off after, well, basically around now. So yeah.
Yeah, it will be hard for Russell as well. He's got 9th position, and it's pretty comfortable for him. He's over 20 seconds in front of Capilace. And yeah, despite his tires will be going off quite significantly at the end, he should secure that place. Let me check if Chris 2JZ has got any penalties. He's got he's got 1 stop-go penalty and 2 penalties from corner cutting or something, so it's in total 11 seconds. And Russell has 1, so he needs to stay 8 seconds behind Chris 2JZ, and he's got the P8. But I think some of these penalties will be removed because, yeah, one of them I think was that unfair penalty from like something weird, but I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, so am I. I'm still not sure about it, but I guess we may see after the race in the stewards panel if there was indeed an incident. But as I said, we will have to wait and see. I'm quickly giving some of these guys some screen time in case they didn't get featured enough. But yeah, so far the race has been really interesting, especially the safety car restart. But unfortunately now the action dying down a little bit. So yeah, it looks like these guys are gonna go to the end. Yeah, we are gonna have to look for a subject to talk about in the remaining few laps. So do you know anything?
Yeah, let's talk about Chinese Grand Prix in real life, the 1000 Grand Prix there. So yeah, what do you think? What are your predictions for winners there, for podium?
If I'm gonna look at practice, I mean I only looked at the FP1 highlights so far. I didn't really watch the practice sessions yet. But I think the Ferraris are gonna have a decent shot. I'm gonna say Leclerc because I'm still sad he lost Bahrain from his engine issues. Then P2 is probably gonna be Bottas, and then P3 is gonna be Hamilton. And Vettel's gonna be P4 with the Red Bulls behind in P5 and P6.
So big bottle from Sebastian.
No comment. So what do you predict then?
I think yeah, top 2 will be Kubica and Russell, and then Giovinazzi.
Oh man.
Wait, let me prepare something special for our winner from Russia. You may suspect what it is.
It's James.
No, it's not James. It's something better.
I just saw in the chat as well from JSR, thanks for saying. We unfortunately missed an overtake again, whilst we were assuming that the action was over. Rain got in front of Mutant again. So we're gonna stay with
they're
these
switching
guys.
positions, I think.
Yeah, they might as well be.
Yeah, because I think they have nothing to, like, they need to stay with that pace they have got. Because they are almost 5 seconds behind Pencil and almost 5 seconds ahead of Nimble, and I don't think they have got that many penalties to get dropped out of these podium positions, which is, yeah, they will be leading the Constructor Championship if it stays like it is right now. So that's really, really impressive after what happened to these guys. Yeah, and I think this race is overly good for them as we go on to penultimate lap. Yeah, only one guy will not score points, and let's see, because there is a battle for the last point. Kapilaka is on fresher ultrasofts behind the real SD, and he's trying to overtake him right now. So yeah, this might be interesting one, because yeah, 1 point is always important.
There it goes, switchback line. Is he gonna go around the outside? He's gonna try it.
Oh,
and
he got pushed wide.
Yep, he got forced off the track there. That's not very nice of the real SD. But, you know, it depends on how you look at it. It might be on the limit of being fair, but at the same time, Capelez was quite a lot alongside, so maybe that wasn't really fair. But, you know, the stewards are there after... Oh, and Capelez loses it, so never mind about that discussion.
Oh, yeah.
But of course, the stewards can look after the race on incidents, which we mentioned with Chris as well, and Grievous possibly. So yeah, I don't know if there's gonna be a stream next week from anyone, but if there is gonna be, then I assume they will try to update everyone on the stream about the penalty situation, if there is any. But Pencil starting the final lap of the race now, and it looks like he's gonna win the race in front of Rain and Mutant, providing they don't switch positions again. And if it stays like this, the driver standings are going to be exactly the same as they are. Pencil with 25 points, Rain with 18, Mutant with 15, Nimble with 12, Castle with 10, Combined YouTuber with 8, Jojo Keith with 6 points, Chris with 4 points, and then Bristol and the Real SD with 2 and 1 point. And the Constructors is going to be led by Force India, and then Mercedes in second with 29 points. 25 plus 4, and then behind that we may see Renault. So yeah, the championship is looking quite close already, even after one race only. Bear in mind we have 11 races in this season, 10 after this one, as we head to Bahrain next week. So it's going to be a very short season with high speed tracks, especially to aid overtaking. So it's going to be tight at the top, especially. But Pencil is coming around the final few corners now to indeed win the Australian Grand Prix. I don't think he's going to lose the position due to penalties. So he's going to take the win for Mercedes. 25 points added to his name. And there you go. What a beautiful race from him there, as Lemon is playing some music. And Rain got indeed P2 and Mutant P3, so yeah, a really good result from the Force India boys there. After colliding with each other through no fault of their own, basically. Rain just lost the back end of his car and sadly, unintentionally of course, collected his teammate, but yeah, they probably won't really mind anymore.
I mean, not again.
They got the points in.
Yeah.
Nimble P4, Casa P5, Combined YouTuber P6, then Jojo Key 7, and then Chris is coming around the final few corners as well to take P8, and then Bristol P9. And the Real SD got lapped, so he's already finished. And he took the final point position, as the DNFs are Capelez, BRL, Torpedo, Alpha Blue, Apollo Pepsi, Grievous, and Degree. As
oh, let's check if Bristol can be ahead of Chris DG after penalties. I don't think, but let's check. He ran out of fuel, and he is ahead of him. He is P8. Oh, was he P8 or he?
Yes, that's. I think he lost the position from penalties. Because I'm quite certain that he got P8 on the line. But yeah, there you have your podium drivers. 1 Mercedes and 2 Force Indias. Gotta feel pretty epic to be between
yeah,
two
he gained a position because Creed to the G had 28 seconds of penalties.
Oh, but yeah, there you have it, the podium with Champagne, of course. I don't think Pencil's even on the drinking age. Not that I am myself, and Lemon is not as well.
Oh,
but,
from where do you know? For sure, more breeze.
But yeah, here you go. Everyone in the top 10 got penalties except the Real SD who got lapped. So yeah, these are the driver standings as I mentioned previously. So oh, we actually have the constructors right here. Bear in mind the stewards penalties are probably gonna affect the results if there are gonna be reports, but provisionally these are the constructors standings. So you can look at this right here. So yeah, that's the end of this race. To be honest, I don't know if you're up to do podium interviews. Are you, Lemon? Do you not feel like doing one?
Yeah, I can, but I don't have permission to the channel on the Discord where the guys sit.
Alright, well, I'm gonna look into getting into a call with Pencil at least then. or adding him to our call. So
Yeah, it would be good decision. So then I can make an interview
yes.
because I don't have the permission to go to IPAC Discord on SRL Discord.
Okay, let's
Oh.
have a look where Pencil is at.
Oh, I think they're on their channels. Like you see this Complete Oath channel. We can join them because
I don't think
You
that's
think
going to
that-
be useful. We had interviews in the PCF1 league with Raggy, and everyone was shouting through everyone. So I'm going to add him to our call. Let's see, add friends, and then Pencil. Here we go.
no. Oh, is he going to?
Yes, hello Pencil.
Our race winner here in Australia. That was a really impressive race from you. You were leading quite a lot of the race, and you had some. Yeah, you when you were behind Rain, what were you thinking before he crashed and collected his teammate? Were you stressed that he'll win, or you knew that you have better pace than he has?
I had no idea, to be honest. Like, I didn't really know the safety car would come out, which just saved me essentially. My qualifying pace was just off completely, so got a bit lucky he died, because I think if he didn't die, he probably would have got me at the end.
Yeah, maybe, but yeah, the race went like it was, and congratulations on your win. That was really nice one. You had only one penalty, as I think you had one. Yeah, only one.
Yeah, well, it was close to 2, but it didn't really matter in the end.
Yeah, and yeah, that was a really good drive because it's easy to get a penalty around here, and one penalty is a decent result, to be honest. Anything to add, Julian?
Did you ask already about the Force Indias? I was trying to get some scenes on the stream.
What do you mean?
The Force Indias had an incident together. Were you aware of
Well,
that
yeah,
during the race?
actually, you'll see it from my point of view. That was the most scary thing. Like, I saw Rain, and he actually hit me. I nearly lost my front whole wing. But he went across the grass and came back onto the track. So I had to gun it through that little space. And I just got out. But, yeah, it was extremely scary. I don't know what happened with the other two, but yeah, I got out alive at least.
Yeah, he just collected his teammate while being sideways.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really have any questions that are useful. The only real question I have is, do you think you can fight for the championship this season?
I guess. I mean, it was my first no-line race from semi-competitive, I guess. Other than
Congratulations, then.
other tracks, so I can only hope it gets better. But yeah, I guess I can. Depends
Yeah,
what
Okay.
depends what other people do. What their pace is like.
Well, the Force Indias certainly look really strong. So yeah, we wish you good luck for the rest of the season. I don't have any more questions, Lemon.
Yeah, I just want to say that it's really impressive because my first two no-line races were as well in Australia, and first ended on lap 1 and the second on lap 9. So that's really impressive that you made it to the end pretty comfortably with securing the win.
Yep.
So if there's not anything none of you two want to add, because I don't have anything, then I would like to end the stream. Thank everyone for watching. So yeah, next week the Asia Pacific League is back for round 2 in Bahrain. Again, I'm not certain if there's going to be a stream or not. We'll have to wait and see. But tonight we do have the PCF1 League from Europe, so be sure to tune into that. Again, twitch.tv/SupremeRLF1. If it's not gonna be there, then there probably will be some difficulties, which is quite possible because I am not a pro with Twitch and I need to give them the stream key. So as a backup, they will stream on twitch.tv/waggy, which I will type in the chat in a second as well, so you can tune into there. But for now, thanks everyone for watching, and hopefully see you next time. And
Just see you.
Goodbye.